Yeah. So what is the general equation of a circle, guys? Can you make it really fast so that we can start parabola as
X
well?
square plus y square plus 2gx plus
Correct.
2fy plus c equals 0.
2fy plus c is equal to 0. Yeah. So if the circle is given in this format, then what is going to be the center of it? How will you find the center when this kind of a structure is given to you?
Minus d minus f.
How did you get it? How did you know that this is the center? Why can't it be minus 2g and minus 2f? Or why not is it plus g and plus f? Logic? Anybody with the logic? So listen.
So
This
we use the completing the square method.
Okay, you can either use completing the square method or just square this thing. X square plus y square plus, sorry, not plus, minus 2hx minus 2fy plus h square plus k square minus r square is equal to 0. Correct? So if I square this is what I'm going to get. So this is the equation of circle. If I have to simplify and write it in the general form, this is how I write it. Then 2g will be equal to minus 2h. Cancel it. H is equal to minus g. So you told the center is h comma k, then this is the equation. Then h is equal to minus g. So minus g. Similarly, if you do a comparison, 2f will be equal to minus 2k. Cancel them. F will be equal to, sorry, k will be equal to minus f. Right. Then what is the radius of the circle? Root of, so h square plus k square minus r square. Guys, I need some interaction. H square plus k square minus r square is c. Then r square is equal to h square plus k square minus c. But h is equal to minus g. So g square plus f square minus c. Correct? Root of g square plus f square minus c. Okay. So having all these points in mind, let's try to solve question number 13. I'm assuming you know all these things.
Yes, sir.
So read this question carefully and give me an idea. I don't know how to solve. They're asking us to find the equation of a circle passing through origin. So be careful. The center is not the origin. Passing through origin and making the intercepts A and B on the coordinate axis.
Sir?
So, tell me that.
Sir, we have completed this one. We have to put in some.
14th. Okay, I want to see how we have done this. So how did you solve this? What is the logic? Anybody? So how did you solve it? You solved it? No, please give me an idea. So I'll draw a diagram. So I have a circle and the circle is passing through origin and it is making intercepts A and B on the coordinate axis. So this is A comma 0 and this is 0 comma B. Correct? So this is 0 comma 0. I hope this is how you would have solved this problem. So what is the answer? Answer, please. First. Raghav, how to solve?
Sir, we have
Sir,
to use.
first.
You wrote the general equation.
Yes, sir.
X square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. Correct? Then what will you do? The circle is passing through 3 points. So how many unknowns are there in the general equation? G, F, and C. So to find 3 unknowns, how many equations do we need?
3.
3 equations.
3 equations. We have 3 points. Substitute those points. 0. So if I substitute 0 comma 0, then I'll get C is equal to 0. Right? This is the thumb rule you need to remember in this whole world. Okay, in the whole world of mathematics, any curve, let it be a straight line, parabola, hyperbola, ellipse, or for that hyperbola, whatever it is, if it passes through origin, it will not have a constant. First thumb rule to be known. Okay. Second, you would have substituted a square plus 0 square plus 2ag plus 0 plus c is equal to 0. Correct? Then you would have done 0 square plus b square plus a 0 plus 2bf plus c is not there, is equal to 0. So what is the value of g? Minus a by 2. And f. So we need, what is the center? Center is minus g comma minus f. So minus g is a by 2. Minus f is b by 2. Correct? Is this what you people got? So now you know the center. So substitute it x square plus y square minus ax minus by is equal to 0. Is this the answer? Guys, if you interact with me, I can share some
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
here. Now I'm going to share something important. Okay, this is the logic you did with general equation, but I'm going to use some basics from your lower grade. Nalla concentrate panaga. Listen. So if I join these two, I'm going to get a straight line. Correct? So here the angle is 90. Then if the angle at the vertex is 90, angle at the center will be, let me see how many of you remember this.
90 degrees.
Right. There is something called as
180,
the,
sir.
it will be 180. Papa, there is something like this. How many of you remember this? If the angle here is 2 alpha, here the angle will be alpha. So angle subtended is 180 degrees here. Sorry, 90 degrees here. So it is 180. When it is 180 degrees here, then the center will lie at this point. Means this line itself is a diameter. Purida. Are you guys able to understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
Right? When this is the diameter, the midpoint will be a by 2 comma b by 2. Is that what you got as center?
Yes, sir.
Right? If you join it from the origin to this point, you will get the radius. So once you get the center and radius, will you be able to write the equation? If you do it, you're still going to get the same equation. Is that clear? So this method will save you when this point is something else other than origin. It will reduce the number of steps. That's all I can say. Sharia. So this is an additional info. Now, find the equation of circle with the center 2, 2 and passing through the point 4, 5. Easy. So what is the general equation of circle? X square plus y square plus 2 into, what is the center? Minus g, correct? So it is minus 2 into x plus 2 into minus 2 into y plus c is equal to 0. Is there anyone who didn't understand what I wrote? So x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. Correct? So what is the value of g? This is actually minus g comma minus f. Provided I write the circle in the form of general equation. So minus g is 2 means g is minus 2. That's what I wrote. F is minus 2 plus c is equal to 0. So why did they give us the point? What is the use of this point? You take that point and substitute it in this equation. You will get the value of c. 16 plus 25 minus 4x minus, minus 4 into 4 minus 16 minus 4 into 5 minus 20 plus c is equal to 0, which implies c is equal to minus 5. Take this and substitute it here. The answer will be x square plus y square minus 4x minus 4y minus 5 is equal to 0. Guys, am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's a very, very simple problem, right? Now, 15th one. Does the point minus 2.5 comma minus 3.5 lie inside, outside, or on the circle? What is the logic? So what is the logic? If I have a circle, for that circle, the equation is given. So looking at the equation, tell me whether, so what is the center of the circle? The center of the circle is 0, 0. So what is the point given to us? So 0, 0 means minus 2.5, 3.5. So it is somewhere in the second quadrant. Right. So if you calculate the distance of this point from the center, how much are you getting? Root of 2.5 the whole square plus 3.5 the whole square. So 2.5 I will write it as 25. So 25 square is 625. 35 square is how much, sir?
1225, sir.
1225, yeah? 1225 divided by 10 square is going to be 100. So 1 by 10 into square root of 625 plus 1225 is how much? 10, 5, 1850. Right. So root of 1850 divided by 10. So if this value is greater than the radius of the circle, then the point is, if the distance
Outside
between
the circle.
it is outside the circle. If it is equal to the radius of the circle, it is on the circle.
On the circumference of circle.
On the circle itself, yes. So if it is lesser than this value, it is inside the circle. So this calculation, I'm leaving it to you. You guys can do it. Right? Done. So we are done with circles. Right?
Yes, sir.
Shall I move on to parabola?
Yes, sir.
So this parabola is not a new term to you guys. Right? You would have seen it last year. Under what chapter? If you have ax square plus bx plus c, right? If you have y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c, then you will have it as an upward parabola if a is greater than 0. You will have it as a downward parabola if the value of a is less than 0. So that point you would have heard this, right? Where it will have 2 points, where it, so depending on real roots, imaginary roots, all those things. Similarly, in your 11th standard, where did you hear about parabola? Not in math. You would have seen it in physics. Under which chapter? You would have seen it in physics under. You would have
So
seen it in
projectile,
physics under
motion.
projectile motion. Correct. Yeah, we saw it in projectile motion. So let's try to connect all the dots and understand what a parabola is. So parabola is basically locus. You know what is locus, guys? Have you heard this word? Have you heard this word called as locus? Locus is basically a shape obtained by moving points. Okay, for example, if I have to define circle. So how did you learn circle as? Circle is also a locus. Locus of what? Locus of all points. Locus means the points are supposed to move for you to get the shape of a circle in such a way that these points are equidistant from a fixed point, correct?
Yes, sir.
So what is that fixed point called as?
Center.
Center. So locus is the shape obtained. So circle is a locus of all points. Means if you join all those moving points, you will get a shape so that all those moving points will follow a specific condition of being equidistant from a fixed point called as center. Similarly, parabola is also a locus, but here it is going to follow a specific condition. So parabola is also set of all points. It is a locus that is obtained, the shape that is obtained in a plane. What do you mean by plane? In a two-dimensional plane. So plane is generally two-dimensional, space is three-dimensional. In a plane that are equidistant. So the points on the parabola will move in such a way that they are equidistant from a fixed point called as the focus and a fixed line called as the directrix. Okay, do you guys understand what I'm trying to say? In a plane, okay, listen to this carefully. Listen to this, you'll understand it. I have a fixed line. I made to name this fixed line. I have a fixed point. I'll call the fixed point as F as of now. This line and this point are on a graph sheet. Okay, they are on a graph sheet, and on the same graph sheet, I have a point which is moving. So these are not multiple points, guys. Try to understand the into mark that I put are not multiple points. They are what? Same point which is moving. But while it is moving, it is following one condition. What condition is it following? If you measure the distance from the point, from that into mark to this fixed point called as focus and this fixed line called as directrix, this distance and this distance are always same. Does it make sense? Are you able to understand what I'm trying to say? Similarly,
Yes, sir.
if I have another point, so not another point, the same point, let's say after time t has moved to this location. Now I'll measure the distance here. You know the distance between a point and a straight line is always a perpendicular distance. So you drop a perpendicular from here. Let me call this distance as d1 and this distance as d1. Now this is d2, this will also be d2. Similarly, when it is at this position, you measure. If I say this distance is d3, this distance will also be. Then what is going to happen if you locate the mark of all the positions which this point has left, then you will get a shape which is going to look like this, and that shape is given a name called as parabola. Is that clear? Right. Now question time. Can you people define? Can someone define what is parabola? It is the locus or set of all points. Let's forget about the word locus since you have not heard it. You can use the word set of moving points. The set of moving points which are doing what? Which are equidistant from a fixed point called as the focus and the fixed line called as the directrix. Is it clear, guys? Then that is what is called as parabola. Okay, now you will understand it. The fixed line is called as the directrix of the parabola. The fixed point is called as the focus. Para means for and bola means throwing. That is the shape described when you throw a ball in the air. Now you got your answer from physics. So you throw a ball in the air, the shape that is being followed, right? When you throw it obliquely, it is not horizontal. You can say horizontally also, because when you stand like this, you throw a ball horizontally, the shape followed will be like this. Okay, this shape is what they call it as parabola. Okay, so if you give me a confirmation you're clear till this point, I'll go into the mathematical details.
Yes, sir.
You're clear, right? Okay. Now listen. So if you draw a line through two things. One is if you draw a line through the focus and at the same time it is perpendicular to the directrix. So if you draw a line through the focus and at the same time it is perpendicular to the directrix, then that line is what we call it as the axis of the parabola. So the different parts of the parabola are what? One is the shape itself, one is a fixed point called as the focus, and the fixed line called as the directrix, and the imaginary line that is drawn through whom? Drawn through the focus, and at the same time being perpendicular to whom? To the directrix is what we call it as axis. Now, this axis will cut the parabola at a point. Correct? Now, this axis will cut the parabola at a point, and that point is what is called as the vertex of the parabola. Any doubt till here? It's a very, very, very simple thing. Right? Guys, yes or no? Any doubt? Please get it clarified if you have a doubt. If no, I'll proceed. Please at least tell me that if you're clear.
Yes, sir.
Clear? Okay. Now, so having said all these things, now our job is to derive a general equation for a parabola. So when I talk about parabola, you have different shapes like this. You have a C shape like this, an inverted C shape like this, a U shape like this, and an inverted U shape like the fourth one. Okay. Now, we are going to derive the equation for the C shape. So I'm going to show it, but there's only 3 to 4 steps. See. So what is this x dash called as? It is called as axis. See, IS is singular, ES is plural. Right? Why I'm telling this is because in the case of ellipse and hyperbola, you have 2 axes. Okay, whereas here you have only 1. So this is the axis, and this blue color line is called as this is the parabola, and the vertex is taken to be origin. Okay. The standard equation of a parabola is simplest. Okay, the standard equation of the parabola is simplest if the vertex is considered as origin. Okay, and the axis of symmetry is along the x-axis or y-axis. Okay. Axis of symmetry can either be along x-axis or y-axis. So in this case, in the first diagram, the axis of symmetry is along x-axis. The x-axis itself is acting like the axis of symmetry. Right? Now, generally what we do is, we try to write the equation. How if you take circle, right? For circle, what was the major point on which you concentrated? Like you wrote x square plus y square is equal to r square, where you took the origin as the center. Similarly, x minus h the whole square plus y minus k the whole square is equal to r square. You took h comma k as a center. So you try to write all the equations with respect to a fixed point, which is the center of the circle. In a similar way, when you write the equation with respect to a parabola or ellipse or hyperbola, you will always concentrate on the fixed point called as the focus. Suppose we know the fact that the focus is going to lie on the axis itself. Now the axis is x-axis, right? So if I say the focus is at a distance of small a from the origin, then what is going to be the coordinate of that point? It is going to be a comma 0. Accepted? So it is going to be a comma 0. Now listen to this. If this is a comma 0 and there are multiple moving points, sorry, the same point is moving in multiple locations. Let's say it is here at time t1. So there will be some instant t dash at which the point is going to be at origin. Accepted? Think about it. So the point is moving in such a way that there will be one particular instance where the point is going to be at origin. At that moment, if you stop and observe the diagram, then revisit the definition. So what is the definition telling us? Definition of parabola. So definition of parabola is set of all those points which is equidistant from a fixed line and a fixed point. Correct? So if origin is taken as one of the points on that parabola, from the origin, what is the distance to the focus? It is a. Then what should be the distance to the directrix on the other side? That should also be a.
Minus a.
No, distance is a. So that this point will be minus a comma 0.
Okay. Yes.
Now you understood? So distance is a, but the coordinate of the point where the directrix and the axis are meeting will be minus a comma 0. So what is the equation of line which is parallel to y-axis? So what is the equation of line which is parallel to y-axis? X is equal to constant. Guys,
Y
forgot
equals 0, sir.
Y is equal to 0 is x-axis. y is equal to 0 is x-axis.
Yeah,
X
sir.
is-
Sorry, sir.
Yeah, x is equal to constant is the equation of a line which is parallel to y-axis. Correct? So x is equal to constant. That constant should be the x coordinate. So x is equal to minus a is the equation of whom? The directrix. Seriya? Tell me, is every step clear in what I explained? Is there any doubt? Don't accept it for my sake. There is even a small doubt, get it clarified. Is everything clear? Did you understand what is origin? Sorry, what is vertex? Did you understand what is the axis? Did you understand what is the equation of directrix? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now our job is to write the general equation of this so-called parabola. Shall we start doing it? For that, whenever you're asked to write a general equation, take a general point p x comma y. Right. So from this p x comma y, if I measure this distance, okay, let me take it at a slightly angled position. If I take p x comma y, if I take this distance and this distance, they should be same. X comma y. So if what is the distance? So PF should be equal to, if I take the foot of the perpendicular to be M, PF should be equal to PM. So what is the distance between 2 points, guys? X2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square, whole thing under a root. So root of x minus a the whole square plus y square is equal to, what is PM? What is PM? What is the distance between a point and a line? So let the equation of line be ax plus by plus c is equal to 0 and the point be x1 comma y1. So what is the distance between them? Ax1 plus by1 plus c under a modulus divided by root of a square plus b square. Say, you remember this or not? Term straight lines was in term 1 or term 2? Hello,
Term
please
1.
somebody answer. Term 1 approach appella. So this is the formula. The distance between a point and a line is ax1 plus by1 plus c divided by root of a square plus b square. If you don't remember, please recollect it. Okay, is equal to, now tell me, what is the equation of this line? X plus a is equal to 0. Right? So what will be the distance? It will be x plus a divided by square root of coefficient of x is 1 square. There is no y term, so 0 square. It is going to be x plus a. Are you guys clear with it? Did you understand what I did? Listen, there is another way to calculate it also. If I drop a perpendicular from here, what is this distance? What is this distance? This is
A.
the x. No, from point P is what I'm dropping the perpendicular. So from the origin to the foot of the perpendicular, which you drop from P is x. Then how much is this distance? This is A. So what is the distance between P and M? Now you calculate. X plus A then. Guys, I'm not sure if you're understanding or not. Am I fast? You want me to explain something more clearly?
It's clear, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
is this step clear? Clear, right? Okay. Now square on both the sides. So x minus a the whole square plus y square is equal to x plus a the whole square. Then y square will be equal to x plus a the whole square minus x minus a the whole square. So a plus b the whole square minus a minus b the whole square is 4 ab. So y square is equal to 4ax is the equation of a rightward parabola. So this is the general equation. That's it. I told you, right? The derivation is only 4 steps, but you need to have a clarity of concept, why it has come and all those things. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So please make a note of it. While writing, if there is any doubt, please get it clarified. So let me know once you're done. Done?
Yes, sir.
So this is when what do you say? When the focus is on the positive x-axis and the directrix is along the negative x-axis. Right. Now, if I just take the mirror image of that curve, if I have a shape like this, so if I have a shape like this, then the focus will be minus a comma 0. Okay. Because focus, if you observe, focus and directrix are always on the opposite side. If there is the origin, then the directrix should be at a distance a from the origin along the axis. Then what will be the equation of directrix here? So the coordinate of this point is a comma 0. So equation of a straight line parallel to y-axis is x is equal to constant, and the constant here is a. So x is equal to a. Okay. Now, if I take a point p x comma y, if I join these two, then what am I going to get? Pf should be equal to Pm, right? So what is the value of Pf? You tell me. Square root of,
X plus a the whole square plus y square.
very good, plus y square should be equal to, what is Pm?
X minus a the whole square plus 0.
No, it is not x minus a the whole square. Huh? So x is equal to a.
Sir, root over x minus a the whole square.
No, you will not get root over x minus a. Because you don't know what is the coordinate of this point. So it is x minus a, correct? X minus a is equal to 0. Just now I told you, the distance from the point to the line is ax1 plus by1 plus c divided by root of a square plus b square. So from x comma y, you're dropping a perpendicular to x minus a. So x minus a divided by square root of the coefficient of x square is 1. So the coefficient of x is 1, so 1 square. And the coefficient of y is 0, so 0 square. Are you able to understand what I'm trying to do here? Did you
Sir,
understand this or
actually,
not?
sir, the
Actually, yeah,
point
please
is
ask.
sir, the point is a comma y, right? Like m point. The coordinates of m is a comma y.
You want
So
to
we
take
can
this?
directly
Yeah, that
say,
is right. You can, yeah, that is right. You
sir,
can take
what
it
I
as
told
a
is
comma y.
correct only, sir. It's root over.
You told under the root. Did you use under root?
Yes, sir. I used under
Oh,
root.
sorry, I missed it. I'm sorry. So root of x minus a the whole square plus 0 square. This is what you told, right?
Yes, sir. This is what I told.
That's right. I'm sorry, I missed it. So root of x minus a the whole square. Right. This is another way. Good. So the coordinate of this point is a comma y. So because this height is y. So squaring on both the sides, x plus a the whole square plus y square is equal to x minus a the whole square. So y square will be equal to x minus a the whole square minus of x plus a the whole square. So a minus b the whole square minus a plus b the whole square is minus 4ab. So y square is equal to minus 4x is what? Is the equation of the inverted C parabola. Clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
So this is all about the equations of these two parabola. So we have two more parabola that we need to understand, which we will discuss in tomorrow's class. So tomorrow also, sir is having some practical exam going in school. Okay. So that is the reason he couldn't take it today. Tomorrow also I heard that it is there. So if possible, I myself will be taking tomorrow also. I'll be completing parabola. Then he'll continue from ellipse. So listen to this carefully. Tomorrow, I think I've already mentioned it in physics class. I have a meeting, right? So if my meeting gets delayed and if there is a delay in the physics class, there'll be a slight delay in the math class as well. So which I can inform only tomorrow, depending on how the meeting is going. Okay. But the links, all those things will be shared. But I'm just keeping you all posted that there will be a slight drift in the timing. Have that in mind and please be available for tomorrow. Is that clear, guys?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So keep practicing this. I'll see you all tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.